We look at the men's hurdles. That will be the first of the sprint hurdles final. The women's sprint hurdles final will end this evening's competition. And I'm sure we'll have some more thrills in these. We've already had a lot in the qualifying rounds, of course. This one field event continuing, the B pool of the women's javelin. We'll catch up with that later. Naturally, we've been concentrating on the finals, of course. So just a few minutes away then from the off time for the 110-meter hurdles. 3 Frenchmen will be taking to the marks in this race. A couple of Americans, a couple of Jamaicans, 1 Russian. Just a little way away though from the scheduled time, which is in fact in 6 minutes time. So just gives us a chance to just pause for breath a little bit after all the excitement.
Yeah, that women's long jump was fantastic, but the 200 metres, Daphne Schiffers, a new European record, a new championship record. A brilliant, brilliant night. And there's still 2 great finals to come. Aries Merritt going for gold once again, the Olympic champion.
Well, it's a wonderful story about, of course, he's come back after his kidney problems, and of course he has to have the operation. But nonetheless, he has looked very sharp in these preliminary heats coming into this final.
He's been getting quicker at the right time, hasn't he? That season's best in the semi-final of 13.08 seconds. Would be a wonderful story for Aries Merritt. But there's the man mountain that's David Oliver.
Yes, he was the pre-meeting favourite, and I think he still stays at that, although, of course, he was only second in his semi in 13.17. That's slower than Merritt. So Oliver will run on the outside. That may or may not be an advantage for him. 10.46 on his back. We're looking at Merritt. He's been there and done there in when he did win the previous titles and the Olympic title. He had a really wonderful season. Clocked a world record 12.80, and he ran 10 sub-13 second times that year, the greatest ever season by a 110-meter hurdler. Shubenkov always seems to run to his best. It's a little outside 13 seconds perhaps, but he's a very strong championship performer. The Jamaicans there, McLeod and Parchman, running in 6 and 8 with Shubenkov between them. McLeod, remember, has run 12.97 this year, which makes him the fastest in the lineup, a 100th of a second ahead of Oliver this season. So the final of the 110-meter hurdles then. Penultimate event of this day of further exciting action here in Beijing at the IF World Athletics Championships. Ortega's not here, so we don't need to worry about him at the moment. He's seeking to change nationality. Pascal Martinot-Lagarde, Garfield Darien, Aries Merritt, Dimitri Basku, Omar McLeod, Sergey Shubenkov, Hansel Parchman and David Oliver. That's the lineup for this 110-meter hurdles final. On the inside, Pascal Martinot-Lagarde, former world junior champion. Hasn't yet shown his best in major championships, but he's quick. 12.95 last year when he had a wonderful season in the big Diamond League races. Martinot-Lagarde, 23 years of age, the Frenchman, in lane 2 on the inside. His compatriot, Garfield Darien, next to him, world indoor bronze medalist last year, twice a European silver medalist. Another man who delivers of his best when it matters, but 13.15, he's a little slower than some of the others. Aries Merritt, 12.80 for the world record, the Olympic champion, world indoor champion. 5th and 6th in previous editions of these world championships. Has looked very impressive here, 13.08 to win his semi-final. Aries Merritt goes in lane 4 for the United States of America. Next to him, we have the third Frenchman who's made this final. This is Dimitri Basku, European indoor silver medalist at the beginning of this year. Only third in the French championships, but they've got terrific series of talent in depth. One previous winner with Ladji Ducouré. Omar McLeod, fastest in the field off his 12.97 this year. A huge improvement from 13.44 before the year started. Is at the University of Arkansas. He's the Jamaican champion. 21 years of age. He's the youngest in the field. Sergey Shubenkov of Russia is twice the European champion. He was the bronze medalist 2 years ago. And he's lowered his Russian record in the Paris Diamond League meeting this year to 13.06. Sergey Shubenkov in lane 7. The second Jamaican in the lineup is Hansel Parchman. He got an Olympic bronze medal in London 3 years ago. World University Games champion the year before that. Only a semi-finalist 2 years ago. He's better now. And he's run 12.94 last year. And finally, but by no means least, this massive man, the reigning champion, David Oliver, fourth also in 2011. 3 times the US champion, including this year. David Oliver, who's got a personal best of 12.89, the second fastest in this lineup, and certainly the pre-meeting favourite. Hits the hurdles hard, doesn't bother him at all. Looking at Merritt in lane 4. Oliver in 9, the 2 Americans. 3 Frenchmen in this lineup, 2 Jamaicans and a Russian. Really top-class field. Martinot-Lagarde, Pascal Martinot-Lagarde in 2. Then Darien, then Merritt, then Basku, then McLeod, Shubenkov, Parchman and Oliver. This is Shubenkov in lane 7. Jamaicans either side of him. Well, away they go. Let's see who's first to rise. Right in the middle there, McLeod has certainly got away well, so too Basku inside him. Oliver's being left trailing. Shubenkov is leading as they come in to this final straight, and it's Shubenkov who takes it. Well, that's a little bit of an upset. Merritt also, and on the outside of Shubenkov, Parchman with the other medalist, and 12.99. First time he's dipped under 13 seconds. Said he's a championship performer. He sure is. He's just got the Russian record. He's 12.99. 12.98 in fact confirmed as the winning time there, and he beat the more fancied men. Parchman just beat Merritt 13.03 to 13.04 for the other medals in that race.
Sensational performance from Shubenkov. Bronze 2 years ago, so often peaks at the right time. David Oliver's race was over. He hit the first hurdle and then he just couldn't get into any kind of rhythm at all. I think Merritt probably will reflect and be delighted with that bronze in the end, but Shubenkov came through. We know he can produce his best, but he put the rest under pressure. Merritt started to get tense. Oliver was out of it after hitting the first hurdle. The Russian can't believe it. That is the performance of his lifetime. Inside 13 seconds for the first time, and Parchman, the under-fancied of the 2 Jamaicans, he breaks 13 seconds and adds a World Championship silver to his Olympic bronze medal from London. Wow, a great race, and not necessarily the 1-2 that we were expecting.
A tremendous run by Shubenkov. Of course, all credit to Merritt after all he ran 13.04, season's best there. And yeah, 13.02 to 3 rather to Parchman, but Shubenkov, well, he really ran beautifully well. We'll look at a replay, obviously, his race. Hurdling was immaculate, as it so often is.
He's a perfect technician, Shubenkov. That's why he does so well in all the Diamond Leagues. He never really has a problem. But tonight, he excelled himself, really. We really didn't think he was going to do it, but actually, in the end, it was quite comfortable victory. Well, Oliver, as we saw, hit that first hurdle. Lane 9, a difficult draw, really, for a big man like him. of the picture almost straight away.
Well, let's have a look at here. Now, at this point, Shubenkov was a little bit behind the Jamaican outside him, but then he's hitting hurdles, whereas Shubenkov is beautifully smooth all the way. Hurdles crashing all over the place, either side. I mean, McLeod just made a complete mess of almost every hurdle, but Shubenkov immaculate.
Yeah, he's got that low dipping style over the hurdle, Shubenkov. Oliver here, though, first hurdle, bang. But even for a big man like him, he can't make a mistake like that so early on. What's Shubenkov, though? Low over the hurdles. Reminds me of the great Colin Jackson with that beautiful technique.
And look at Omar McLeod. He hit every hurdle in his semi-final, did the Jamaican in the middle lane. Untidy beyond belief again. Not going to get away with it in a World Championship final, but his time will come. The youngest in the field, 21. But Shubenkov, what is it about European sprinting tonight? When's the last time we saw a European win in the women's 200 for Holland and in the men's high hurdles for Russia? Absolutely superb from the European athletes.
Spikes lobbed into the crowd. I wonder whether he might regret that.
I think he might get a new pair, actually, Rob, from his sponsor.
Sergey Shubenkov celebrates the greatest moment of his career. Just have a look at David Oliver on the left-hand side. That was where the defending champion's aspirations for a second successive world title ended. And you can see how much ground Shubenkov had to make up on the rest of the field. Under 13 seconds for the very first time. And Parchman following him home, out-dipping Aries Merritt, outperforming his compatriot, who was the fastest in the field this year on paper. It hasn't been a brilliant championship for the Russians, but it got a little bit better with that win from Shubenkov. I think he'd wanted to have framed that spike, surely. Maybe not, Steve.
It's only one of them.
There it goes, Rob. Go and catch it.
If I see that on eBay tomorrow morning, I'll be very, very upset. That's a piece of athletics history right there.
Sergey Shubenkov takes the gold medal in a Russian record, 12.98. Hansel Parchman, the silver, at 13.03. And Aries Merritt takes the bronze in 13.04.